And so to promote, you do things like, do you put posters up, or is it mostly on Facebook, or how do you do it?
Well, it's marketing basically. Obviously, there isn't a budgeting at the really beginning. I would say that the rule, when you figure out how much is the total amount of the investment, normally the range dedicated to the marketing, to the advertising, it's supposed to be between 20 and 30%. That's the rule technically. Okay. Now, obviously, if you have to split this budget for performers and stuff like this, you have to evaluate where you're gonna spend, the money, and it's supposed to be according to the agreement with the manager of the venue. We use, the normal channels, radio, as internet, but even, the best promoter is the happy guest. That's
word of mouth.
Nothing else. The best promoter is because as long as I'm happy, sharing, a good experience, people is gonna be following me.
That's fantastic. And so, how do you fund this now? Did you get grants or whatever? Do you go and?
Well, not so far. So we try to cover our cost by the door, the ticketing only. But it's one goal that we would like to achieve in the next future. Try to to get grant by sponsorship or something like that, from external.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, in order to offer, we care of the quality, but as you may understand, quality cost.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that a bit more, because maybe someone is listening who might be interested in this kind of, because I can imagine there must be food companies or music companies that would be interested in sponsoring something like this.
Yeah.
So let's talk about upcoming events now. What are your plans for the future, first of all? Giuliano or Andrea?
Well, I can reply to you. Well, in terms of goals, let's say in the midterms, we are thinking to split our activity in two different parts. We are gonna still care and keep on with the clubs, nightclubs, and we are gonna approach corporates in order to organize private events. So we are able, and we are enough background to cover even this kind of area of the entertainment. So that's the first goal that we would like to achieve. Meanwhile, we are keeping on with nightclubs.
Yeah.
I joined the event industry really young. I started as a PR of nightclubs in my own country when I was 17, okay. And then with other friends we formed the first team when I was 22, and we dealt with nightlife and national and even international DJ. After my graduating, I founded my own company where I dealt with the band and singer, national band. From Italy, and I used to do even I used to work as a wedding planner as well.
So you're both musicians as well as event organizers.
Yeah, we like music and we like parties as well. I think party as a way of celebrating, it's a good thing. Celebrating.
It's a fantastic job to have, isn't it?
The thing is, as long as you love your job, whatever it is, you are in love. You live your dream. And personally, obviously, for me, it's more than a simple job. It's a passion stronger than me.
Thanks very much for coming in.
Thanks you for having us, for hosting us. We really appreciate this participation here in Irish International Radio. Okay. So thank you very much for having us.
You're very welcome, and thanks for listening, everyone. I will be back next week. Good night.